Hello and welcome to another grumpy Final Fantasy XIV quick tips video. This video is to help you get started with crafting. Let's get on with the video, and there will be a bonus tip at the end for leveling your crafter faster. Before we begin, please know I'm a sprout myself and I've only been playing for a few weeks. Could not find a basic primer for crafting myself, so I created this one and learned by doing a fair amount of research. If you have anything to add or disagree with anything I say in this video, please comment below, as it can only help the community. Right, I have come over to this area outside the blacksmiths, as these guys sell a lot of low level materials. Now let's pick something to craft. We can bring up the crafting interface by either selecting the crafting log from our menu or use the keyboard shortcut N. How about we craft this iron sallet? First we need to buy or craft the materials before attempting to craft this item. And in this case I have the materials for the iron rivets, so let's go ahead and craft those. Once we have selected our item to craft, up pops the crafting log. The item we are crafting is displayed up top along with the step number we are on. Then there are 4 very important areas to look at when crafting. Durability is a resource that depletes as we craft, and if it reaches 0 we fail and the materials you were using are destroyed. It is represented both numerically, 40/40 in this case, and graphically. Some of our spells will deplete this resource, but not all. You can use macros for crafting, and you will need to use the ones based on the item's durability, 40/40, 70/70 or 80/80. Condition. Conditions can either be poor, normal, good or excellent. This affects your touch actions, and if it hits good or excellent, you have a choice. At this point you can either use a touch action to improve your chance at creating a high quality item, or another action to return some CP, which is a finite resource you have that depletes as you use actions. I personally take the CP if I don't intend to use a touch action on my next step. Quality. Quality indicates your percentage chance of creating a HQ item. You should always strive to create a HQ or high quality item, as the other option is NQ, and that means no quality. Creating HQ items will give you better XP, and they will fetch you more money on the market. You will note that in this case I started with a HQ percentage of 14%. That is because I'm using HQ materials, so using HQ materials gives you a better chance of creating a high quality item. Although, to contradict that, in your initial levels, don't worry too much, just craft an item and then use quick synthesize if you want to create a lot of that item. I was level 7 before I crafted my first HQ item. Progress. The progress meter needs to be filled, as if you run out of progress before the durability hits 0, you will fail to create that item. I use the calculations button as I can see how much my crafting log will affect my progress. And I can see here that basic synthesis will give me a progress of 42 points. And if you look at the progress bar, I only need 27 points to create the item. Therefore, I can use this one action to craft my item, and it will only deplete the durability bar by 1. So, I only need to make sure that I have 1 block of durability left to craft my item. I really don't often use the other synth button, as seen here in the calculation chart, as although it adds 250% chance to your progress, it's risky, as it only has a chance to succeed and it can fail. I also like to click the expand button so that I can see active buffs much easier. Now to actual crafting, and it's all about managing my resource, CP, against my actions in order to create a high quality item. Basically, there are touch actions to increase quality and synth actions to increase progress, with other actions to buff either or return CP. It sounds complicated, but after a few tries you will find that it's really not. When you get inner quiet, you'll always use that first, as it gives a buff to control, which is the stat that helps towards improved quality, and is a stat that you will find on crafting gear. Then I will use touch actions until I am down to 1 block of durability. Remember, that's all I need to create the item. I then use Master's Mend to recoup some durability before adding a final touch action, and then basic synthesis to complete the job. By the way, I have everything keybound, but I'm clicking here so that you can see what I'm doing. We have made the rivets, now to make the iron plate. So all I am doing is carrying out touch actions and making sure I have enough durability left, and finishing off by synthesizing the item. There we have it, and a level up as well, not bad at all. Finally, we are ready to craft the iron salad. To finish off this section of the video, let's look at the difference between a HQ and an NQ item. So I made these iron sabotons earlier, and let's look at the main defensive stat differences. As you can see, the NQ has a defense of just 28, and the HQ item has the same stat at 35. 7 points difference. So who would buy or equip the lower item? On to our bonus tip. So our bonus tip looks at 2 ways of leveling your crafting faster than just either creating items in your crafting log or doing crafting levels. First off, there's Grand Company supply quests. When you reach a certain rank with your Grand Company, you will be able to supply crafting and gathering items to the desk officer in your Grand Company for a lot of XP and Grand Company seals. For crafters, I run a search for the item the officer wants, and it will stay in my log until I log out of the game, so I won't forget the name of the item I'm crafting. Some of the beast tribes will give a lot of XP for repeatable crafting and gathering quests, so they are worth doing. I have been working with the XL tribe to craft things for an item they are working on, and the XP has been unreal. To unlock the XL Beast Tribe, you will have to have completed the level 41 main story quest, In Pursuit of the Past, on your main class. And then you can pick up a bad bladder from the NPC Scarlet in New Gridania. Coordinates are 9 by 11. The XL are in the North Shroud in Gridania, and you can use the Folgord Float Aetherite to travel there. When you start work for the XL, they will provide you with some gloves, which must be equipped when you are crafting XL specific items. Okay, so I hope that you enjoyed the video and it is worth your time watching. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like. Thanks, and see you next time.